Please give an absolute warm round of applause for one of the funniest ladies in the Toronto comedy scene. Please give it up for Rena Taylor!
This show's gonna be fire. It's gonna be bomb. Where's my explosion? Where's I did the same thing that she did, and I didn't get it. How we feeling tonight? We feeling good? Hell yeah! I'm very excited to let you guys know that just recently I went through a breakup. Woo! Yeah, that ever happened to you?
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah, and I think what made this breakup worse is that it coincided with the week where I went to the dentist twice. Has that ever happened to you? And so what happened was I had to go get a mouth guard, and I had to get it fitted, and I had to come back. And why I need a mouth guard is like a good little woman. I hold all of my anger in. I hold it in, and then at night, I hold it in my jaw, and then my teeth take it out on my teeth. And that's what we call equality, okay? That's it, it's equality. I didn't take it on a man. He's lesser intellectually, so it's not fair. It's not fair. But no, my dentist read me so hard. She did not mean to, but she's like, oh my God, did you have no idea that you ground your teeth? And I was like, no, I had no idea. And then she continued. She's like, no one ever told you? No one like your family or like a loved one? Like, bitch, I'm a 30-year-old woman, single, who lives alone. No one is telling me that I grind my teeth. I just feel it the next morning. So that's how that's going. It's good weeks, feeling good. What the heck else do I want to do for you? Da-ba-dee-ba-boo-ba-doo. Yeah. I was going out with this person for a little while. But before we were dating, I took myself out solo traveling. Has anyone ever done this? Yes. Where'd you go, Ross?
Japan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a great trip. Give Ross a round of applause. Sorry. Give Marlena's boyfriend a round of applause! A match made in fiery heaven. It's fiery, right? That's the one I'm seeing. In my dreams, when I clench my jaw at night. I took myself out solo traveling. I took myself to Berlin, Amsterdam, and Paris. Yeah. Why did I do that solo? Because I'm single as fuck. And I love myself, okay? So that's why I did it. And I love traveling because, it's so exciting to, present yourself with new challenges and also to meet old challenges in a new place. Like when I was in Berlin, my friend reached out and she was like, girl, are you in Berlin? Do you want to do stand-up comedy in fucking Berlin? And so I'm excited to announce that I did rise to a familiar challenge. I got high and I got laid. Yeah. I'm very proud of myself. I think it merits, a round of applause because do you know how fucking hard it is to find weed in Germany? It's so hard. Almost as hard as a dick that I found attached to it. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Yeah. I loved Europe, I really did, but I gotta say for a collection of first world countries, they're real stingy with the water. Have we noticed this? I feel like at that moment I got the thirstiest, like the biggest thirst. I need my thirst quenched right now in that moment, just thinking about that European water. But if you don't specify that like you want tap water, they will bring over bottled water that is roughly the price of the plane ticket to get over there. And if you ask for tap water, they do not fucking like that. They don't like that. I found that out in Amsterdam. I sat down and to start, I was just like, just to start, I just love a glass of water. No, this woman had a speech prepared. She was like, Yeah, okay, so here in the Netherlands, you can't just like order water, okay? No, you need to get some beer or maybe some food. Like, this is not America. And I am not patriotic, but if there's one thing that defines Canadian patriotism, it is not being American. So that, I was so hot under the collar, I was like, oh my god. Like, all I could respond was like, I'm not American. I'm not American. She's like, wow, really? Because that sounded very American, what you just said. I was like, I just repeated, I was like, I'm not American. Because I was so embarrassed, guys, right? It was like, oh, the theme of rejection. I thought I was going to be rejected from the restaurant, you know? I was going to be rejected out of there. But I was so embarrassed because I was like, oh my god, like, am I a bad tourist? But she thought I was American. And that's when I remembered that historically speaking, Europeans are the worst tourists who have ever existed. Like, I came into their country and I mistakenly thought that there was free water. They came into this country and they thought that there was free country. This is like, this is great. Yeah, we will take it. Thank you. I've never, itty bitty rejection story for you guys, but first I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in rural Ontario. Do we have any rural folk here? That's about right, you stay hidden, otherwise they make you play Identify the Large Animal. It's not a fun game! But I grew up in rural Ontario. For those of you who don't know what that was like, my nickname in high school was the Mexican. I am Hungarian. That is just a darker white, a spicy white, if you will. But they didn't know, guys, they didn't know. I mean, they didn't ask, but you know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. Yeah. But now we also say that willful ignorance is, everybody with me now? It's racism. Yeah. We just call it what it is. You know, my local community really celebrated their Scottish heritage. Fergus, Ontario, you know. You gotta celebrate Scottish heritage because I don't think that old people in the local Tim Hortons aggressively dipping bread into cream soup is like a culture. It's just not one. Yeah. But that was what it was like growing up there. And what the frick else do I want? My time is going faster than I want. I'm gonna jump over. I had a rejection story about I had to reject someone on a date, and I'll just leave it at this. He was a surprise magician. Yeah. So I don't have time for that one, but surprise magician. Dating apps are fucking scary, okay? And speaking of scary, you know who else is spooky? Men! Men are spooky! And not just because when they fucking, like, come, they shoot liquid ghosts out of their leaky dingers. I'm sorry, that's Casper's uncle coming out of that horny hose, man. But not only that, but they're so aggressive, you know? They're told to go out and know what they want and just grab it on the street, apparently. You know, but the thing that's been happening to me that I don't want to happen so much anymore, and I'll leave you with this, is anyone else, it's been embarrassing, I'll just ask you, has anyone else been prescribed dick? And not by a medical professional, I know what you're thinking, like, Rena, you really need to stop Googling your symptoms, you know? No, what I mean is that, like, as a single woman, if ever I should admit to feeling down, or God forbid lonely, you know, sure shit, some self-proclaimed Samantha, nay Karen, it's just like, bitch, shut up. You're not depressed, girl. You're not. I figured it out, I know what you need. You just need to get some dick, girl. You just need to get laid, lady. Which is just like some agent of the patriarchy kind of bullshit. To think that women need dick to improve their mood, you know? Like, also, like, if the big D, depression, could be cured by the average size appendage, I just feel like we would know about it, you know? Like, the dong holders would tell us. He'd enter you and be like, the doctor is in. But also, if dick can cure depression, whew, you fellas better fucking run! Because I am a sprinter and I take my mental health very seriously. Alright guys, you're gonna have one hell of a